Thank you for joining us for the concert. Learn more about the powerful connection between music and brain health by checking out the information at www.aarp.org/brainhealth.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Night Concert Series. I'm Andy Bozarth, Director of Outreach and Advocacy for AARP Kansas. And if we got a treat for you tonight, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flamenco artistry of Melinda Hedgecorth.
The history behind flamenco is quite involved, but basically you could sum it up to all the cultures who passed through the south of Spain, which would be, for example, the Roma people who migrated from India all the way to Europe. Today we call these people Gitanos, the people who went to Spain and stayed. Then we can also talk about the Moors, who lived in the south of Spain for 800 years. And personally, I feel like I can hear a lot of that influence in the singer and the way that they use their voice, the melismas, how their voice goes up and down when they're singing a song. And then, of course, we have the people who were captured from Africa and brought and forced to be slaves. These people added a lot to the dancing and the movement of flamenco, the rhythm, of course. That is something that's very present and very important. There are people who also believe that the Sephardic Jews, with their religious music, added something to flamenco as we know it today. And then we can't ignore what Franco, as a dictator, also influenced flamenco. But flamenco is alive and strong and continues to be influenced by jazz, by tap, by world music all over, and it is an ongoing and changing and ever-evolving process of music and dance that I love. So I first got involved in flamenco at the University of Missouri of Kansas City. I got my dance degree from there, and we had a flamenco teacher there, Tamara Carson, and she's the one who first got me started and sort of opened the doors to this world that I didn't even know exists. If you can imagine not having the internet, everything that you saw from other worlds like this came from the word of mouth of people. If you were able to get a picture or a recording of a song, it was a find. And then I moved to Seattle. I continued to learn with some teachers there, and then I decided I have to go to the source. I went to Madrid, stayed there for 3 months, my first time there. I did not speak very much Spanish, but I survived and learned a ton and kept going back and kept going back until after 5 years of kind of going and coming, I decided to move to Sevilla, Spain, for about 8 months, which turned into 14 years. And then my husband and I just recently moved back to the United States, to Kansas City, my hometown. And we're trying to share the culture between Sevilla and Kansas City, which Sevilla is also the sister city of Kansas City. So it's a very rich cultural exchange. So in one of the pieces, the more traditional piece that I danced today, you saw me doing some clapping, which is called palmas, right? Like the palms of our hands, palmas. And those are very important because rhythm is really how all the players in flamenco communicate with each other. So I communicate with the guitarist communicates with the singer. All three of us communicate together via rhythm, right? Because the guitarist and the singer are only going to know so much about dancing. I'm going to know only so much about their worlds. Rhythm is what we all have in common. So the clapping to keep the compás or the rhythm is very important. That is how we all stay together and kind of check in with each other. We have certain rhythmic codes that we use to communicate, just like in the world of jazz, when they're improvising, they communicate different things about if they're getting ready to end, if they're having a big moment, right? We do the same thing, flamenco with rhythm. And then there's something called jaleo. Jaleo is when you hear shouts of encouragement while people are performing. The performers do it for each other. The audience does it for the performers. And it's just a way to kind of connect and encourage. And so you don't only do it when somebody does something like especially spectacular, but you also do it when maybe somebody's having a hard time and they kind of need a little bit of uplifting to know like, hey, I've got your back, I'm on your side. It's really an art in itself, as jaleo can also be very rhythmic and exciting to listen to. Thank you so much, AARP, for having me as part of your Friday night concerts. Thank you for watching and being a part of our flamenco experience tonight. I very much enjoyed it, and thank you. Good night.
Viva Sevilla! Viva Sevilla! Viva Sevilla! Llevan sevillanas en la mantilla un letrero que dice Viva Sevilla! Viva Triana! Viva los trianeros! Los de Triana! Viva los sevillanos y sevillanas! Viva Triana, viva los trianeros, los de Triana, viva los sevillanos y sevillanas.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tune in next time, same place. Good night.